My name is Sierra Garcia, and this is my 9th grade community service project. I first started out by laying sod at Palmetto Academy, and I started on April 14th of 2017, and it ended April 15th of 2017. I worked for 8 hours, and I got this job because my old school I was close with them, and they had called me and told me that they needed help laying sod, so I volunteered to lift and lay the sod. I worked for 2 days, and I learned that when you lay sod for 2 days, it's a lot of work. This showed me how hard people work daily, so I learned to be appreciative of people, their jobs, and how hard they work. Also at Palmetto Academy, they had a flood, so all their books in their library got ruined, so I heard about this, and I went in one day on a weekend to volunteer, and all the books that didn't get ruined, I organized in the library. I started this on September 10th of 2016 and ended it on September 11th of 2016. It took me 8 hours and 30 minutes, and when I was organizing the books in the library, I sorted them out by the genre and author's last name. I organized the books because, like I said before, the school flooded. I learned that a flood can cause severe damage, so even if it did not affect me, it's still good to be nice and help the people that were impacted by it. Yes, it was a lot of work, but it was kind of fun in the end. Camp Invention started July 11th of 2016 and ended July 4th of 2016. I worked for 24 hours, and during the week that I worked, I helped write curriculums for the children, feed them lunch, and take pictures at the camp. I learned that children can be a lot of work, but in the end, they can easily make an impact on someone. This experience helped me realize that children love to run around and be crazy. My 10th grade community service is also incorporated in this slideshow. In my leadership and development class, we created a spring fling poster, and I started this on March 5th of 2018, and I also ended on March 5th of 2018. I was assigned a certain advisory to make a poster for the Spring Fling Carnival game, and I had to design the poster for them to advertise around the school. I learned that grammar is very important when designing a poster, as well as communication with the advisor that I was making the poster for. I worked at the Palmetto Academy concession stand at a basketball game. I started working there November 5th of 2017, and I stopped volunteering November 7th of 2017. I worked a total of 3 hours, and my old school always had basketball games, so whenever they didn't have somebody to work, I would always go to their games to just support the school, and so I had nothing better to do because I wasn't really interested in the basketball. I just wanted to be social, so I decided to work the concession stand, and I fixed everyone's order, and I played the role of the cashier. I learned that counting money under pressure isn't as fun as it seems. I think doing the concessions was really beneficial for my future if I get a job and have to take people's orders and count money really fast and make sure they get the right amount of change. I cleaned an elder's house, and I started January 14th and ended January 15th of 2017. I worked for 26 hours. Yeah, that's a lot. I chose to clean this person's house in my neighborhood because I saw them trying to clean it by themselves. And they were older, and I just didn't think they should do that by themselves or even do that at their age. So I walked up to them and asked if they needed help, and they said, sure, come on in. So I got my sister, and we both started cleaning. And the more I cleaned, I noticed something was off. And as you see in the picture, I know it's really blurry, But as you see in the picture, you can see how one side is orangish. That's because of the nicotine they had in their house. So we had to literally take bleach and scrub it off. But I learned that nicotine can easily affect a house because the walls will soon turn colors due to the smoke. This showed me that smoke can easily ruin a home and a body, so this has taught me to not smoke because there's nothing beneficial out of it. On March 23rd of 2018, I did a Tanzania H2O walk. It took me 15 minutes, and I began this project by working with the water walk stand for about 10 minutes and then walking around the loop for 5. The water walk was to recognize the amount of water the Tanzanian girls have to carry in order to just have water for their day. I learned that there are many countries in drought and don't have the correct amount of water they should usually have in order to be healthy. So I would like to further this project and continue fundraising money for other countries. I also learned to not taking water for granted and always wasting my water bottles I don't finish when I drink out of them is wrong, and if I'm not going to drink out of all of it, I could at least use it for later use. I sold bracelets for leadership, and I got 30 minutes of presentation and 2 hours of preparation. I started and ended this on February 21st of 2018. I began this project by finding how much bracelets should cost, and we did a figuration and figured out that $1 was appropriate. So I worked 30 minutes in the lunchroom, and I learned that even selling about $5 worth of bracelets will get children a lot more than what you would usually think. The Spring Fling setup, I started and ended on March 23rd of 2018. I worked an hour and 7 minutes. I helped my classmates go outside, set up the games, tables, and basketball hoops for the Spring Fling Carnival. The whole setup took the leadership class period, and I learned that teamwork and communication is very essential when you have a large group of people working together in a very stressful situation. Arnold's Pool setup, I started February 15th of 2018 and ended February 16th of 2018. The whole setup was a process because we had certain spots for each vendor to be in, so I had to direct them to go to their spot as soon as they came in. I also set up the chairs and tables around the field, and I learned that you need to work efficiently in order to get things done in an orderly manner instead of playing around and waiting until last minute to get something done because you'll be so stressed and the work will just be sloppy in the end. I did a slam poem, and I started and ended it on February 2nd of 2018. I worked for 3 hours, and basically the slam poem, this got brought upon me because in my creative writing class we were required to write slam poems about any social issue we felt strongly about. So my friend and I wrote a slam poem together, and we performed it to the class, and then they all recommended to basically talk about it at Avid Family Night, and then we just decided to, so we performed the poem in front of parents, teachers, and students at Avid Family Night. Avid Family Night is where students and their parents come to the school and meet with their teachers. I learned to not let fear ruin your fun and accomplishments because in the end, I realized that I'm not as scared as I usually thought I would be to stand up and talk in front of people, and I had a good time doing this. I also included a link to go watch the slam poem video. Teacher Appreciation Week poster was created on May 5th of 2018, and it took me an hour to make. I was assigned a certain day to represent the Teacher Appreciation Week. I had to create a cute little poster for Monday to put up in the front office of the school. I learned that red is an eye-popping color when creating a poster and to make a cute poster by rhyming. For example, in my poster I said, "Collect your letters today and enjoy some Chick-fil-A." I also learned that making a cute little poster can still have a positive impact on teachers around the school. I included my 9th and 10th grade community service forms. It's all combined together, but I worked 119 hours and 22 minutes in total. Thank you for watching.